Namaste and welcome to Soul Fusion Cafe. My name is Jess Juntunen, and I'm so happy you are here. This show is 2 years in its celebration anniversary. It has been 2 years since Soul Fusion Cafe was birthed. First premiere episode was the first week in October, which we are moving into. It was all being birthed at this time 2 years ago. It's absolutely remarkable, and it has grown from a podcast into now this live interactive radio show program, which of course you can still listen to afterwards whenever you're catching it is perfect, but it's so fun to be here live. Sometimes I'm able to pop over and see you chatting away wherever I'm streaming. I'm at Oneness Talk Radio. I am over at the onenesstalkradio.com website, at the YouTube for Oneness Talk Radio, as well as Facebook for Oneness Talk Radio. So if you do a search and want to check out Oneness Talk Radio and any of these platforms, please do it, because there's so many amazing hosts. It's such a wonderful community to be a part of. All voices matter, and we have such a range of just beautiful energies, perspectives, and it's very much a portal of positivity. And also, if you're listening and you're thinking, oh my gosh, maybe I would love to have a show, reach out to me, and I can connect you with the producer, or reach out at Oneness Talk Radio, because it'd be awesome to have more people in the family. This is just such a platform that we can go to. There's music, there's hosts, we need these spaces and communities more than ever. And this kind of is a segue into today. What I share on this show, it's different topics in health and wellness and radiant soul forward living, always driven from this perspective of self-ascension is the gateway to ourselves and coming home. And it's at the heart of everything I teach, even though I'm a herbalist, a mom, really into nutrition, really into energy healing and coaching and counseling, all these things, but everything fits into this self-ascension, and it really is without dogma. So all spiritual energies are really honored in Avesa as well, and self-ascension. So I'm just beyond excited to be here with this family, with this community, wherever you're catching me. Hi at Facebook, hi at YouTube, hi at Oneness, and welcome to this moment, because this show really, leading in, it's about this balance, our heart, the harmony that we are. And I bring in perspectives of what's going on during this time. So if you're catching it in real time, it can kind of help make sense or give you context for what's going on energetically in the world. Sometimes I do readings, sometimes I answer questions and respond to people that way. So it's a mix. Sometimes I have amazing guests, so go check out my past shows and the archives at Oneness Talk Radio and at YouTube Oneness Talk Radio, and you can catch up with some of the awesome topics and things being shared over these past couple years. Amazing. So celebrating fall here in my neck of the woods. So I brought this beautiful fall energy into you. I was out walking before I was teaching a few days back, or who knows how long ago, because here's one thing about the energy of September is that we are at the end of September, but we're still in it, right? It's still September. It's Tuesday, September 29th right now. So we've got today and tomorrow to go. And September every day has energetically been like 12 days. We've lived a year of mastery in September alone. So if time feels crazy, things feel wow, that's what's been going on. And some of you listening might have found me through Shri and Kira, who have been my mentors and teachers for maybe 9 years, I'm thinking, going on. A long time, but it also feels like forever, right? My soul knew I was home in that community with Shri Ramkat and Kira Ross. So I definitely have learned with them, honor them, respect their teachings and the energies that they bring forward. And I highly recommend, if anything I'm talking about resonates with you, check out Shri and Kira's work on YouTube. Look at official Shri and Kira on Oneness Talk Radio, on Facebook, wherever, their website, find them, because They can expand on some of what I'm speaking to today. So I'm always bringing in perspectives, but my perspective really does align with the teachings and energies that they bring in. They're so pure and spot on. So very, very helpful. So definitely head over there if you haven't already. If anything here resonates, and I'm also a channel, and we all are, right? So I really bring in the perspective and energies and go into this quantum space. I'm a quantum clairvoyant, able to really tap in and channel. So it's very much an amalgamation of these energies that I come to and bring in to my readings and what I share here. So if your brain needs to know a little bit, like, where does she get this from? But it's crazy because it's so spot on. So all of that aside, let's just breathe into this moment because it's huge. We are at the end of September, and whenever you're watching this, if it's November, if it's 2025, you'll receive what you need to receive in this moment. That's really how it works. But those of you that are here in live time, wow, September 2020, how has it been for you? I'm hearing so many things across the board from clients, other friends, healers, doctors, whatever, you name it, teachers, the children. Wow, let's take a breath. Let's really take a breath. Hand to heart. Beautiful. In this moment, I trust myself and breathe. Yes, beloved one, it may have been quite a journey this September because September has been the energy of an entire year in 1 month of linear time, right? I mean, time is an illusion and all of that, but we are here living it right now, right? And we are here in this body of form. So it has felt probably crazy, if this is the first time you're hearing this information, you might be going, oh, wow, that is helping make sense of things, or just being reminded that that's what's happening right now. So each day is essentially like 12 days, and it's mastery. It's about our wisdom. So don't judge yourself about what September has looked like. Really take this moment and say, what has September shown me? What has been present for me? What was yesterday like? Sometimes that feels very far away because that was 24 days ago. you know 2 weeks ago you might go like, what? Or like 5 days ago, what was I even doing? But just feel into energetically what you have been traversing, what lessons, what gifts, what has been exposed, and notice and really be present for yourself without judgment, because you could be having a lot, you probably are having a lot of ascension symptoms. So ascension symptoms, right? These happen to us when we are ascending and our energy is shifting vibrations into a higher frequency. Everything's energy. We are energy. So as we are shifting into a higher frequency or vibration, things are going to happen. And our body definitely moves slower, right, than our thoughts or our emotions or our soul and our light essence, right? Our light and soul being is going, yes, 2020, give this to me. It's roaring flow, it's abundance, it's heart, it's expansion, it's let's go, let's have our dreams, let's have our visions blast off. That's so present. And I am seeing that happen for so many people that have been consciously walking their walk on their path, having amazing things happen. But it also doesn't mean that we're not feeling it sometimes, that there's moments where, wow, the distractions of density can come in. Maybe they hook in. Maybe our body is talking to us and delivering, pain, strange illnesses, surfacing, cropping up, skin rashes, hot and cold, different than hot flashes, right? But like feeling really hot, feeling really cold, your feet feeling bigger, head pain and congestion, vision changes that aren't attributed, get an eye exam, they're like, nothing's different, nothing's wrong. It's an actual vision change, right? But your eyes maybe even healing and seeing differently. tones in the ears, so many different things. And if you're interested in Ascension energy symptoms, again, go dive into Shri and Kira's work at YouTube. They have videos about the Ascension symptoms the last several years, and they do talk about it on their shows. Others do talk about these too, but definitely their list and the way that it's explained is so comprehensive, because Ascension energy symptoms aren't meant to throw you off, and it doesn't mean, oh, you're super special because you have them, or there's something wrong because you don't have them. They just are, and they are a sign that is our body usually is needing more love. And in body, I include the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, because these are all bodies that are part of this experience of form. And they can't really be separated out from each other, even though we try. They are all interconnected, right? So there are what feelings sometimes, well, our soul's going, yes, 2020, but there's like all this compression energy that's been in. And of course, we have had a wild year. I mean, a lot of mainstream opinion is just like 2020 is like this flaming dumpster and what else could go wrong, blah, blah, blah. It can be easy to go down that road, right? And we probably all done it at some point in 2020, even no matter how awake we are, we might have had that moment. There's something that gets us, right? That triggers us, and all of this madness that's going on, because it's madness. It's called, density sanity, which it makes total sense in density in the 3D to those that are hooked into the game board. And to those of us that aren't not hooked into it, it's like, that's insane. What's going on? Pass the popcorn, but really, we don't want to be just entranced by the movie. It's hypnotic. We really are here to ascend and lift above that game board and hold love and light. And September has been big about bringing that energy in. And October, it's going to get even bigger and even grander in a whole new way. It's going to be absolutely stunning. Allow it in. It can be stunning. Even if you're just like new to tapping in and being awake and going, oh my gosh, I'm way behind. No, you're not. You're in the perfect place. Or even if you feel like you fell off and you went back to sleep deeply and you're awake again and you feel like, oh no, what did I do? No, you're in the perfect place. Wherever you are is perfect right now, and everyone's ascending in their own way, and many are waking up right now. And the energy of love and compassion needs to be anchored to help the density experience. So when I talk about density, this came in from Archangel Zadkiel, and that term, and that's what I like to use because it makes so much sense. Everything's energy, and the density experience, what moves the most slowly, our body, our thoughts may move a little faster than our emotions, but they're still pretty slow moving, but they move. Everything's energy. And in density, because of separation, that is the core wound that we all carry, that we were separated from source. We came here into this form, but we go through a veil of forgetfulness, and we go through the experiences we need in order to wake up and remember, if that's what we choose to do. It's free will. And when we do, it's usually bumpy. We usually need to learn through contrast and find our way home and remember who we are. Huge journey that so many are having. I mean, that is exciting because that is amplifying this energy of healing and peace and a new world. I mean, really, that's what we're doing, is building a new world. And that's extraordinary, exciting. It gets to be amazing for you on a personal level. You get to bring those gifts to the world in whatever way they want to express, and it gets to be amazing. But density is freaking out, right? It's saying, be in fear. What's this year? Like, all that you see, fear. What does fear turn into? It turns into anger. And anger and fear, they can only live in the density energy. Once we lift into the fifth dimension or beyond, we open up compassion, we open up love, we bring in our ascended presence, the remembrance that we are this badass cosmic being of light, and we are able to anchor it into this body and into density and walk in this world awake, remembering, activated, and creating. We're always creating, but I think it's way more fun to create from that place than it is from fear and anger, right? So density though is it's full, it's as full as it can get. And the ascension energy symptoms, they are a sign that there's something to integrate in us. If we're not feeling peace, love, and joy, a harmony in our body, in our mind, our emotions, our physical body, we are having some kind of congestion, a hiccup, a area of patterning in our consciousness that maybe is a little sticky. It needs the application of some tools, anything that carries a sincerity, love, and presence brought to that part of our body will start shifting it and bring us into an awareness and bring us back into the fifth dimension and bring in healing. So if you're having symptoms like headaches and they're not really explainable, just very sensitive, or they a lot of times, like, they are almost like a pressure band, but they can be anywhere. And there's a lot of congestion going on in our star consciousness. And if you're watching right now instead of listening, I'm pointing out my star. It's above your third eye, between your third eye and hairline. You have this beautiful star consciousness that it's this activation. It's a calling card to the universe that, hey, I'm awake. It's like your attractor beam. It helps you manifest immediately. This is beyond law of attraction stuff, which is kind of density bound, really, to be honest. And there's these beautiful cosmic meridians that open up and are supported by that star consciousness. Well, a lot of that's getting congested because of the chaos in the world, environmental toxins, toxic people, stress, all of the games that are getting played, the fear, the anger. It's like being in a soup. Just imagine you're just wading through thick, goopy soup and your feet are getting stuck in it and it's gross, right? You want to get out of it and you just can't seem to. Or like when you were a kid, when you would think, there's quicksand everywhere because it's in every movie and cartoon everywhere. And you're worried you're going to step in the quicksand. It's like you stepped in the quicksand, right? When you get deep in density and it sucks us in. It's very magnetic. It's like Velcro, and it's always waiting there. And there are energies that are more than happy to help pull you down there. There's so many energies that say, come here. Let's be angry together. Let's be in fear together. Let's complain together. Let's be partners in pain. And we will like wrap our arms around you and say, welcome home. And if that's what you desire to do, as Zadkiel would say, just do it well. Do it and do it well, because we get what we need from wherever we're at. If you're here and awake now, that your experience through the journey of density, through that journey of separation and trying to find yourself again, how hard it is, right? To awaken. And there's probably times that you did go back to sleep. There's times where we're all go through the drowsy phase where we're like awake, maybe not, maybe yeah. So it's very compelling. It's very easy. It's like if you were a smoker and you could just pick it up again and just become a smoker again, you can just become densified again pretty easily. And there are energies definitely seeking to do that, because when we remember who we are, it threatens the status quo, and the status quo of this imbalanced power, the imbalanced masculine, feminine, the imbalanced energies. It is seriously doing everything it can to have a massive tantrums happening. If it's happening in you, wow, like pay attention. And if it can't get to you, it may get to your children, your partners, people around you. It may come in around your technology and disrupt your technology. It will come in different ways, trying to disrupt you from that joy portal. The joy portal's open. You're allowed to step in it. You have to let go of shame, judgment, guilt, anger, fear, all of it, and truly embrace who you freaking are, the being of light that you are, and step into the joy portal. So anything is being revealed. So September could have felt very intense. This month has been intense for everybody, and you just have to ride it. Yeah, it does not mean I have not had moments. As much as I practice and am in this energy, does not mean I don't have my moments. And everybody has their moments, but that's a moment of mastery when we recognize it, detach, lift, and step through. And sometimes you are processing so much. Have mercy on yourself. We're processing on behalf of our whole lineage often, just not even the ancestral lineage, but the lineage of all beings, right? We are working through an immense amount of stuff. Maybe you're healing multiple patterns that have been set in motion even before you were born here. It's mercy on yourself. So as we move into October, I mean, really, heart, safety, loving the body. So if you're having those ascension energy symptoms, discomforts, pains, just weird, inexplicable stuff, like why is this going on? If you go into fear, you will feed it, but it is a step towards acknowledgement. But it is through our awareness and acknowledgement that we really truly bring in the healing gifts, and the ability to transcend it. So we've already started the healing process as soon as we start to just witness, as soon as we look at it and we're with it. And also just knowing that it's normal. It's normal. You're not alone. You're not alone. Sip of tea, just a moment. So yeah, cozy up. Grab your tea. How are you doing? And, I'm just going to pop in on chat because that's so fun. Yay. I'm so excited that so many people are catching live today. Thanks, Colleen. Yes, 2 years. Congratulations. Yoga Synthesis 2020 Iraqi huge up leveling. I'm looking over at YouTube at the live chat right now. So fun. Yes, I'm just so feeling you. I'm so happy you're here live too. Been releasing pattern of spiritual bypassing, and the creator is squeezing us through the bottleneck rainbow bridge. Isn't that the truth? I love that. The bottleneck rainbow bridge. It's very much a bridging energy right now, isn't it? And I love that you brought that up because it's so important to recognize right now that this is very much a bridging energy, and we are bridging in so many ways, and that there is all of this light and support here available to us. And I'm just checking over at Facebook. Hello. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Julianne. Hi, Connie. Yes, compassion on the table more than ever before. So amazing. It is compassion, So as we are bridging September into October, as we are in the bridge of 2020, 2020 is the equilateral cross in ascended numerology. It's a 4. And it's carrying the energy of the infinite. So this year, always remembering it's this year of balance. It is this year of the heart. It is the year of divine feminine coming in and anchoring and really supporting us. And that's why there's this massive tantrum happening right now, that the toxic masculinity cannot survive, but we need to just really hold our loving presence. It can be really easy to go into judgments about what's going on. And as we are propelling forward, and those of us that have been really working on anchoring this 5th dimensional presence, and now the 7th, wow, what a jump that is. The 5th dimension is like the cosmic waiting room. And we got here and we got off the elevator and said, cool, I'm in the 5th dimension. Isn't it amazing? Yeah. And then we realized there's more. I mean, you can hang out there, but there's more. And the fifth dimension, honestly, is getting kind of crowded right now. A lot of beings are, that's amazing. The fifth dimension has been opening up. It started as this little pinhole around 2000. So for 20 years, it's been opening and opening, and it's more accessible than ever. And there's also that dichotomy of the two earths. There's that very densified realm, and there is the very ascended fifth dimensional realm living like simultaneously, like twin earths. So it's like, which one are you on? You kind of have to pick now. Are you going to go into density and go to sleep and be with those that are totally asleep, or are you going to be in that fifth dimension compassion and hold love around it all? Because, you know, this energy of the heart that's so present, the still center of the equilateral cross, the love, is what we really need to do now as we bridge September into October. As we go through October, how can you love yourself even more? You know, it's great that there are so many messages about loving yourself out there now, you know, that it's trending, and that's fantastic, you know, and it goes way beyond, um, you know, I made myself, you know, a good meal, or I took a bath. I mean, that's awesome. Do it. But it's deep self-acceptance. Very like, I love everything about you, you know, you yourself. You can look in the mirror and gaze into your eyes and shine that radiance back to you and say, I love you. I love every blemish, every piece of your, you know, body, your form, every piece of your life, every piece of yourself, the hot mess to the skeletons in your closet that you wouldn't share maybe even with anybody. Loving every single aspect of the journey of yourself that has brought you here now. The body is going to be talking out in so many ways. And when it happens, it's not to get into fear about it. You know, like me personally, the like a week, I don't even know time, right? Again, September was these like 12 days a day. And as we go into October, October will be 6 days in a day. So it'll feel very much more spacious, creative for those of us that are breathing and expanding into this loving presence and harnessing the gifts of what we mastered in September. You know, but it is a compression energy, like Shri and Kira have described this. It's compression. The truth will be revealed. And to those that haven't been acclimated to the 12 days as one and haven't been acclimated to these energies, it's going to feel very intense. Density is going to be wigging out still. Like, that's not going to stop. So it's going to be fantastic if we are deciding, yeah, I'm here for this. I'm going to be who I am. Big truth center, like lots of like root safety and big truth center, truth chakra being, am I in my truth? Am I being who I am? Are my words aligning with the truth of who I am? And beyond the words are my actions. And then release all judgment, you know, bring in the loving awareness and release all judgment. And that fifth dimension that's so full, amazing, right? That there's this compassion energy that's just come in so big around our experience, everybody's experience, this whole earth, that the energy is so big and full, and so many more can find their way into it now. But there's also this wobbliness, I want to call it, to the fifth dimension, where we have the fourth that compressed tightly around the third. So it's like saran wrap around the third. And the third is merging with the fourth so beautifully. Find the word for it. It's fascinating. And that means, like, boy, the fourth has a lot of disincarnate beings, a lot of interference energy. And it's like loving the fear, loving the anger. It absolutely thrives on it, and it will try to manipulate people to stay in it, you know, and people will become addicted to being in it or not even seeing that they're in it. Which is why you cannot, uh, you know, you catch yourself wanting to judge where people are and what they're doing, you know, like, hold up, that's that moment of loving compassion for self. And how can I lift and have that for them? Because, you know, they're in that sticky, gucky, sludgy soup, quicksand that we were talking about. And they're very, all, you know, they're asleep, like, absolutely. And in that energy. And if we feel like we need to do something about it and change it, fix it, whatever, we are actually, not freeing them to have their experience. We need to just love ourselves and love them and bless them for having their experience. We don't have to swim with them. As the ancient cosmic Essene say, it's like you comfort those who are asleep. You give them a blanket, you give them a drink of water, right? You don't poke a bear when it's asleep. What happens? I'm sure we've all tried that, and it's a natural part of our journey when we are going through awakening and remembrance and activation. A lot of times we just want to tell everybody, but not everyone's ready to hear it. We've discovered that pretty fast, right? And it's not our job. It's not our job. So this is like a big mastery time this whole year in October to say, how can I stay in the love? And how can I bring love around everyone who's having their experience from the big picture, and seeing that, it's really all an illusion, right? And from the big pictures, like, okay, love everyone for having the experience they are. And density is actually in its way supporting those who are ready to lift, and many more are awakening. So where is your focus? On the compelling drama of the density, eating popcorn, or walking out of the movie theater, breaking the hypnosis and saying, whoa, how am I going to create the vision of the world I see as possible? How am I going to create the dreams that I have for myself and this planet? And it might sound like some tall order, but it's really just what brings you joy. What brings you joy? It's actually simple. We just make it really complicated. We put the cart in front of the horse, and we go all over the place. It's pretty fun. It's pretty funny, right? So yeah, as I've been connecting with the energies in this beautiful fall picture, when I opened up and said I was in the woods and just feeling all the energies and the way my body has manifested stuff, I was working through my own waves, and I had, throat congestion come forward, a little bit of chest. In this day and age, it's like your mind goes, I don't know, like I was around so and so and so and so, and oh, maybe, whatever, wanted to grab onto like that. But I knew this was energetic, so I really went out there and worked with it and worked with myself. And for me, being in nature is hands down where I do my best work. It's so much easier to access the elements and the elementals and the fairies and other realms and angels, and just my own essence activates in nature. So it's like power up. So that's where I go. And I definitely, if you're like a nature person at all, make sure you are getting out there a lot, even if you have a day where you feel like, think about it, get out there, even if it's just for a little bit. But this day I had decided to go on a longer meandering, and I took a detour that I thought was like a shorter trail. Long story short, I ended up having to run home because I was due for a session that I was going to be leading, and things were happening. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm Maria in The Sound of Music. That's how I describe my nature spirit self. It's like just out there, the hills are alive, dancing around or whatever I'm doing. I mean, if anyone walks up on me in the woods that's like a muggle, they're going to go, oh, what's she doing? um, really, sometimes I'm just walking and just meditating and breathing or sitting or doing what I need to do or working things out. So yeah, I'm out there, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh my gosh, time, right? And I'm like, we do have things, we have appointments and things we need to keep and do in this world. We have to integrate. We cannot just, we all go through that phase in our spiritual awakening too, where we just think, I just want to be in the fifth dimension or beyond all the time. And I don't want to deal with humaning and adulting and all of that. Believe me, I have my resistance there. I understand. But really, we don't really want to stay in that place because we are here in a body of form, right? We came here for a reason, and we won't be comfortable if we're not integrating and loving this body. It's going to call us to do that. And that's what a lot of the ascension energy symptoms are, and strange illnesses and things that can be popping up now. And it's just part of this form that says, love me. Can you love me enough? Can you come into a harmony and a balance with me and bring this ascended energy into the world? You know, we're not drawing our energy and taking it from the earth. We are walking in our ascended presence with her. And she supports us as we support her. And it's a relationship, not even a relationship so much as a partnership. You know, it becomes a partnership and just all a part of the energy that we are. And that's so different. You know, we need to really integrate and bring our soul self forward and be it. We're going to be so uncomfortable if we aren't. So if you're feeling compression energy coming in, we're already feeling October. We are already feeling a really intense full moon. We are just a few days away. So we are in it. We are in the full moon. We are feeling this. So yeah, it doesn't mean that you're not going to have moments where you're like, oh, the compression came in. Notice it. The moment you notice it is the moment you start to lift into the fifth and bring your awareness. Find the gift in having gotten into the compression energy and say thank you for it. Even if you can't find the gift in the moment, still say thank you for it. It will shift your energy and help you continue to lift and forgive. Release all judgment and forgive, having been in the compression energy and whatever was present. That will unhook you and dissolve more of the congestions or pieces that want to be released. So lots of breathing. In fact, let's do some right now. Really, really breathe. So, beautiful. Remember to breathe. I say this even for myself, and soften the belly. Also the third chakra, trust chakra, really talking to, just needing the breath to go all the way there and soften. I trust myself. I tell myself the truth. And I'm being very guided to pull a card right now and read. Grab. What's up? I love these cards of clarity. They're amazing. And I'm just being called to pull a card with a message for us, just trusting whoever's listening, whenever, however. This is the energy that's present. Benevolent ones, 11. Don't know how well you can see that if you're looking. Universal acceptance. So the benevolent ones, whenever they show up, they carry so much clarity and just, it's like the seventh dimension for sure. And this just complete compassion, love, and this energy of universal acceptance. Wow. And it being the energy of the 11, that the card is the 11, the 1 and the 1 in the mirror. And these messages are purely ensouled. The benevolent ones, 11, are coming in and sharing. There are many undeniable truths in our world. There are also many illusions. You've been on a pathway learning to decipher between the two, and yet there is still a fuzzy boundary at times. Can you fully accept that you are a divine being having a human experience, or is this still more of an esoteric concept than a known truth? You are being asked to take the steps to acknowledge and accept that there is more at work than you can or will ever be aware of. Let go of needing to control anything and jump into the sea of love that is waiting for your presence. In the end, what truly is has always been, and you are ready to accept the gift that you are. And just breathe on that for a moment. How absolutely perfect is this? The universal acceptance. And that is so the energy right now, this October, being on the pathway of learning to decipher between the illusion and the truth. The illusion and the truth. How are we discerning between the two? Oh, and I am seeing this. I'm checking the comments. Sarah says, "Oh my gosh, my 50th birthday is on 10/31 and the second full moon of October." Wow. Yeah, curious about this. I don't know. She's talking about the Ascension calendar that Shri and Kira put out. I'm curious what might show up there too as they give more predictions about that. But wow, I know for sure, powerful moment that we're having two full moons in October, 10/31, the Halloween energy and the energy between the veils, being illuminated with the full moon, giddy up, 50, the 5 just being, oh my gosh, the gift of the universal allness coming into the oneness, the gift of cosmic heritage and connection. That's the 5 with the infinite, with that 0. So profoundly amazing that you would be carrying this cosmic connection, infinite, the oneness coming forward, on a beautiful full moon on 10/31. It's going to be wild. By the time we get to 10/31, it's going to be, again, like it's been lifetimes. We'll have the 6 as the 6 days as 1 day, but that's still a lot. It's like a half of a year happening in October. So pay attention, not just for Sarah, but for anybody. It's like, what are you manifesting? Where is this line, right, that they came in with, the benevolent ones, and said between, the truth and the illusion? So notice this journey, what it's presenting as the truth to you and where the illusion is at play and ready to be released. And by that 10/31, it's like you're ready to just really, you're already going to be, if you are in the expansive energy, if you're in the truth of your being, if you're living the truth, seeing the truth, saying yes to the truth as much as possible all October, by the time we get to that culminating full moon on 10/31, it will be a powerful energy. Maybe it's not an up level day, but it's going to be powerful. And it's going to be this, oh my God, my dreams have manifested beyond my expectation. It's going to be, I'm celebrating the gifts and the lessons and what's come forward. It's going to be mega manifestation of everything you've been putting into motion this year so far. It's going to be mega manifestation of the mastery you claimed in September. So huge. And also just happy birthday, because that's so exciting. When we hit a new milestone, when we're hitting like one of those decade markers and we're like seeing our birthday landing on these powerful days, it's like, yeah, things have lined up perfectly. Pay attention and see what's being illuminated, but really, as much as possible, everybody, beloved ones, be in your heart. Be in your heart. And, if this is speaking to anybody that's listening right now and you're anywhere in the Midwest region or can get here, in October, on the 15th through the 18th, I am doing a small intimate retreat. I'm going to be doing Atlantean healing chambers for those that are ready, or other delicious, yummy modalities. So you're going to get personal time. It's intimate. Only 5 people can come. We're half full. And I know it's the perfect people coming together. You are nourished. You are fed plant-based foods. You have plenty of time for integration and to just walk in the North Woods of Wisconsin. You have time for kayaking if you want. There's a lake there. You have time to receive, and then there will be some group ceremonies. There will be a new moon up level date that we will do a fire ceremony. So it's going to be amazing. And the community that's coming forward for that will be absolutely perfect. And we will be healing and nurturing and nourishing ourselves and having a time out of time to really integrate and receive the healings. I'm so excited about being able to provide healings when people are able to step out of all the density and just into a nourishing container. And Gigi Staffney, she's a master herbalist, naturopath, wise woman, amazing beyond words. She's can answer so many questions if you're interested in plant medicine or wisdom or naturopathy. But she's really there as our host. It's her Airbnb and retreat center, and she will be nourishing us, feeding us, pampering us. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to have yoga a couple mornings, and Cindy is going to be coming and doing yoga with us. I mean, just so yummy and juicy. So October 15th through 18th, go to selfascensionstudios.com. If you're catching this, you will see it, up on the top of my page. It's a sacred retreat to remember who you are, to come home to yourself evermore, and to be really nourished and receive that love. So I had to plug that because I'm so freaking excited. And I got all these awesome goodies today. If you're watching, this is a bag full of Shiva eyes, 2 bags full of Shiva eyes. They're Shiva eye agates, and I gotta take some out. They're so cool. They're so amazing. I just want to start putting them on my third eye and my star and laying with them. And, they can go on these beautiful little trays. If any of you have seen these, and they can be laid onto the body. They can be held, and they really carry such a profound energy. These come from India. They're hand polished. Amazing. So if you come to the retreat, you have an opportunity to get a full set of 8 of these and work with them during the whole time. So that's really cool. But yeah, I got a whole box of goodies. I got crystal and bells. I got so much fun stuff today. And yeah, follow me over at Facebook and Instagram, Self Ascension Studios at Facebook. On Instagram, I'm Joy Love Jess, or Soul Fusion Cafe. More active on Joy Love Jess right now. Find my website, because I'm going to be posting some more fun stuff about what I'm creating and putting out into the world, this retreat and other things too. And you can always sign up for my newsletter. Right now, you just need to email me, Jess at selfascensionstudios.com, and say, I want to be on your newsletter, because I will tell you I do new moon ceremonies every month. It's donation based, or a gift of the heart. If you don't donate, you can still come. But it's a beautiful opportunity to come together once a month. That's on my website. And I send out emails and just let you know what's going on when I teach classes and different things. So if any of it's calling your heart, with all sincerity, let me know. And also there's WWA Global, Women Wellness Awakenings, wwaglobal.com. We are having a summit in March. This will be with Shri, Ramka, Kira Ra, myself, and Ecuador at Tosa Blue Mountain, but also global. You'll virtually be able to join. And wwaglobal.com, there's a journey and program that's 4 weeks long. If you haven't taken it, it's available. It's amazing. There's a community that comes with that and support. It is fantastic, because it's all about this unification of the masculine, feminine. It's for women, it's for men, it's for everybody. So check that out too. I'm there mentoring people, so there's so many ways to connect, so many ways. So thank you for listening to what I'm offering and creating, because I am really excited. And that's the point right now, is we want to be inspired by what we're creating. You don't have to be a teacher or a healer with a shingle up with your name to be serving. Your way of serving might be that way, and you may be being called that way. Yay, we need more of you. Or maybe you're a doula or a nurse or a doctor or a lawyer or a banker. It doesn't matter. You're shining your gifts where you are. Be who you are. Be who you are. And if where you're at does not feel aligned right now, take one step towards what brings me joy. What brings me my greatest joy? What makes my heart sing? And how can I bring love to this world that needs it? Those that are sleeping need it. And when we're in the 5th dimension and we're learning to anchor the 7th and also receive from the 9th and beyond, it's unbelievable. When we are going through a void moment, it may have felt wild these last few days. Breathe again, remembering to breathe, soften the belly, the throat, just love myself more, love myself through this. When I'm sometimes doing those walks, I'm breathing through, releasing. It's very much, if you've been in labor or if known a laboring woman, it's very much, there's contractions. There's moments where we just have to breathe through. We know it's just an intense wave, but we are the master, right? And that awareness keeps us anchored in the 5th. And then when we go into the 7th, judgment can't live there. We really have to release judgment. So we have to love the experience everybody's having. We have to love our experience. We have to love everything in order to really anchor and be in the seventh. We have to release all the judgment, and clarity comes in. The clarity of, this is who I am. I know who I am, and I know what I'm here to do. And sure, maybe we might have moments where we dip down, but we know how to instantly lift back up. And we know who to go to for support, tools, understanding, and we need our community of support. So, thank you for tuning in, whether you're here live right now or later. This is a community. I'm all about facilitating spaces where we can come together and receive the support, for these times. So, who are the friends, who are the people that you like to watch or listen to, or the books you like to read, or the crystals you enjoy, or the nature you love? These are all parts of your support circle, and the foods we eat and everything else. Like, what do we really want to call it in when you're having those moments where if doubt wants to come in, it's going to come in now in a big way and try to grab you. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm just checking comments again. It's just so fun. Absolutely want to see you at summits and retreats. I'm so glad it's resonating. If you want to help out at the WWA summit, I see some people saying that, go over to support, email support@selfascension.com and get a hold of Sue and say, how can I help out at WWA Summit? Because I'm sure we will need some volunteers, and Sue will help orchestrate and get you connected with who you could connect with in order for that opportunity. This is amazing because we are coming together in such a powerful way in March and saying, I'm here, the lioness is roaring, and we've got the divine masculine that's, when it comes into balance, it can support the feminine, and the feminine that comes into balance with the masculine, and this energy of unification and love is so present, and that's what we're doing. What you're doing matters. What you're going through matters. If you're going through a hard time or a void or dark night of the soul, breathe, know you are loved. Know you are loved. You can walk through this moment. You are a master, and only a master would call in such an experience to walk through. And because we are masters, we've mastered it all. We can feel the deepest lows and the highest highs. And we're coming into a balance now where it says, I am the anchored presence of the divine in form. I am light. I am resurrection. And really feel yourself activate your fingers, stretch them out as you say that. And I like to just feel like I'm pulling in. It's like your arms come out and you're pulling in through your fingers, breathing in the light through your fingers onto your arms, feeling it just ignite your whole being. Maybe you lift your arms straight up and your head back and just pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. I am light. I am resurrection. I am light. I am resurrection. I am light. I am resurrection. We are. And we really are better together. Each of us shining our light. Each of us lighting up and saying, I am here. And that mantra of self-ascension. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. If you ever feel stuck and you repeat that mantra, that is something that can instantaneously lift you. Maybe you have to say it for a while, but it will lift you quickly. I am here. I am ready. I am open. Guide me. Hand to heart, it reminds the body we are safe. Breath, lots of water. Get ready for this to absolutely be amazing. I am too. Keep showing up. Keep saying yes. Yes, there are going to be moments that want to knock you down and take you off, but you say, no, I'm not going to. No, I will not, and the ego is going to throw up everything it can, every excuse in the book. It might say, no, you don't need to do that thing. Don't do it. That's kind of scary. It'll give you every reason why you shouldn't. It's the moment to say once and for all, you don't drive this bus. I love you. Thank you for trying to protect me. But now we're going to live together, and the ego relaxes ever more into the trust that it says, oh, we know it comes into its rightful place to really serve the spirit, and it relaxes its stand. It's time to tuck that baby in, relax, you're safe, you know, that this beautiful ascended presence we are, the light that we are, can shine and radiate out and hold ourselves and hold that experience and love it and do that for all of this beautiful planet. Imagine all of us that are out here doing this work, holding this love frequency. See the ripples that become the waves, that become the expansion of this crystalline light, and we change this collective co-creative reality into this vision we see that is possible, that we know is possible, that we're tapped into and creating in real time. You've got this. We've got this. We're doing it together. Hang out with me every Tuesday at, it's noon Eastern. So if you're on Eastern, it's lunchtime, which I think is nice. 9 a.m. Pacific, if you're up in the morning over there or wherever you are. But 9 a.m. Pacific is the Oneness Talk radio time that this premieres every Tuesday live with me. And you can always check out replays at Oneness Talk Radio. If you go under Soul Fusion Cafe tab at YouTube, Oneness Talk Radio, at Facebook, Oneness Talk Radio, you will find me. Check me out at selfascensionstudios.com. Come follow me, come say hello. I'd love to hear from you. Send me questions, send me, requests. Let me know. Let me know if you want to come on the show. That'd be fantastic. So until I have the pleasure of being with you again live, I hope you have the most beautiful, brilliant, amazing, soul-filled day. Do what brings you joy. I love you. Thank you. Namaste and many, many blessings. Listening.